It's my pleasure at this time to introduce my colleague and friend and the chair of the Beaumont Chamber's Board, John Morrell, to make a few remarks. John?
It's my pleasure to welcome you to today's luncheon. I'm John Morrell, Chairman of the Board for the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, and I'm excited to have you join us for what promises to be an engaging luncheon. Today's luncheon is more than a gathering. It's a glimpse into the possibilities that could lie ahead for Beaumont and our downtown. One hallmark of any successful business or community is the ability to develop a vision and plan for the future and then to actively work to see it become a reality. I'm pleased to see this happening in Beaumont, and I want to thank all those who have worked to get us this far. The Beaumont Chamber's focus extends beyond today's discussion. The Chamber and the city are actively working toward finalizing a comprehensive economic development strategic plan for the city. This plan is not just a blueprint for growth, it's a commitment to the sustained success and vitality of our businesses and the well-being of our whole community. Our purpose at the Chamber is threefold: to drive economic growth, help businesses succeed, and make a positive impact. Today is part of that journey as you hear ideas and visions about downtown redevelopment. I encourage you all to engage in today's ideas and thoughts. Your insights and contributions are important as we shape the future of our community together. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much, John. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize a number of important people. We'll start with our elected officials who are here today. On behalf of Congress, and I'll ask if you'll please hold your applause until we've acknowledged all of our elected officials. On behalf of Congressman Randy Weber, we have Staff Member Blake Hopper. On behalf of Representative Brian Babin, we have Staff Member Laney Brown. On behalf of Texas Representative Dade Phelan, we have Staff Member Cole Michalk. We have Mayor Roy West, who we will hear from later. From our Beaumont City Council, we have Mr. Randy Feldshaw, Mr. Mike Getz, Mr. Audwin Samuel, and Mr. Taylor Neild. We have our city manager, Kenneth R. Williams. We have our city attorney, Sheree Reed, our Beaumont police chief, Jimmy Singletary, and our Beaumont fire chief, Earl White. We have the director of our Port of Beaumont, Chris Fisher, and we have Port Commissioners Pat Anderson and Bill Darling. We have the president of Lamar Institute of Technology, Dr. Sid Valentine, and we have the superintendent of Beaumont Independent School District, Dr. Shannon Allen. We have BISD school board members Tilly Hickman and Denise Spooner. Please join me in giving these wonderful folks a round of applause. I would also like to quickly acknowledge the Beaumont Chamber board members who are here. You already heard from Chairman John Morrell. Of course, I'm your Vice Chairman, Craig Escamilla. We also have with us today Zach Stiles, Dr. Sid Valentine, Lori Higgins, Ron Fletcher, Lee Potter, April Tolbert, Blue Broussard, Rebecca Maxwell, Mike Mustian, Kevin Nektu, Dean Conwell, and Dave Stevens. If you'd give them a round of applause, please. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Tish Cornell from Common Sense Credit Union, our title sponsor for this event, to make a few remarks. Tish?
Hello, everyone. Anyone else eating their ice cream first? I would like to welcome all of our city officials, dedicated government employees, and all of the guests that are here today. It's a pleasure to see everyone, and I want to graciously thank you for being here for the state of the city. I'm Tish Cornell, VP of Marketing at Common Sense Credit Union. Common Sense is grateful to be a part of the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, and we want to thank the Chamber and the Chamber staff for all of their hard work in putting together this luncheon today and for their tireless efforts and work throughout the year for all of the Chamber events. Thank you so much for supporting the businesses and growth and economic development in our city. Common Sense is committed to connecting with the community and finding ways to make an impact. Personally, it is impactful to me to be able to serve and volunteer alongside trusted friends and business partners within our community. Those business relationships end up turning into friendships. That evolves into an entire community of support, and that truly propels positivity outward into our town. We are here as a supportive friend to our members at Common Sense, and they look to us for solutions. We believe in enhancing their financial futures, hearing what they want, and then finding ways to help them meet their needs. This year we have focused on home equity loans and educating people on how to use the equity that you have in your home so that you can invest in strengthening your foundation and building a better financial future. Along those same lines, Beaumont has a strong foundation, and investing in the betterment of that to enhance our future is what brings us here today. It's an honor to be here to listen to Mayor Roy West discuss the strategic plan of our city. Just like in a business strategic plan, our success depends on recognizing the value of the opportunities that we have, working together, and then being open to new ideas for economic strength and growth. You know, in today's time, there are rumor mills, misinformation, things spread really fast when it comes to a hot topic, and the growth of Beaumont, especially downtown Beaumont, is a hot topic. The plans of our city, it makes people get heated and passionate because we live here. We have a vast world of information and connective opportunity on the internet. That tool is at our fingertips, and it gives us the opportunity to listen and learn and grow from each other. So often people use it as a divisive platform where they just argue who is right. But if we take a step back and breathe and just come together as a community and listen to each other, it can help us so much towards the future. Let's be different. Let's focus on what we have in common, which is our home and our city. Let's celebrate our differences and make room for each other for positivity and action. I'm excited to see what the future holds, and I'm eager to hear all of the challenges and the vision for Beaumont, and I'm ready to see our businesses and our citizens come together in a collaborative spirit for progress. I love my hometown of Beaumont, and in the words of my wonderful and inspiring Leadership Beaumont Class of 2024 class, let's grow, Beau. I know some of y'all are in here today. Thank you again for being here, and I wish each of you a happy holiday season and a bright 2024.
I would like to, thank you, Tish. I'd like to quickly acknowledge two more Chamber Board members who I saw come in, Mr. Sean Javed and Kate Broussard Thorne. I would like to take a moment to recognize a few more of our sponsors for this event. We have two event sponsors, AT&T and Entergy Texas. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. And I would like to recognize our table sponsors. We have a number of them, so I'm going to ask if we could please hold our applause until the end. You're welcome to stand as I call your company's name. We have Aflac Tyco Drain, we have Bill Clark Pest Control, American Air Systems, G&G Enterprises, American Valve and Hydrant, Baptist Hospital, the Beaumont Board of Realtors, the Beaumont Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Beaumont Emergency Hospital, Beaumont Independent School District, Broussard's Mortuary, Christus Health System, City of Beaumont, ExxonMobil, First Security Bank, Function 4, Germer, Golden Pass LNG, the Golden Triangle Business Roundtable, Guild Mortgage, Gulf Coast, a CARH company, Hancock Whitney, iHeartMedia, J.M. Pruitt, KFDM, Lamar Institute of Technology, Lamar University, Legacy Community Health, Modern Concrete, Pate Services, Port Arthur LNG, the Port of Beaumont, R&P Employer Solutions, Regina Rogers, Riceland Healthcare, and the Spindletop Center. Please join me in thanking these sponsors. At this time, I'm going to ask you to please turn your attention to our screens. We're going to see a video that the City of Beaumont has worked very hard to produce today to begin to set up the program, and upon the conclusion of the video, I'll be back to introduce our mayor and city manager. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, we're not getting anywhere here. I got an idea. Let's play a game. And Mike, how about the battleship for you?
Great, I'm parking.
Is that too soon?
I'm parking it at 555 Main.
That's good. I got a cannon to blow it away. All right, who goes first? Is it age before beauty?
I think you mean wisdom.
Hi, I'm Steve Elenius, President and CEO of the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce. I would sincerely like to thank you for coming to our membership luncheon today. We could tell you all the great reasons why we think Beaumont is booming, but we'd rather you hear it from our community leaders. As our mayor and city council members start their game of Monopoly, you'll hear from 14 stakeholders around town telling you why they love Beaumont, Texas. Again, thank you for coming to our membership luncheon, and we hope you leave just a little bit more excited about where Beaumont's going.
I am Bishop David Toops of the Catholic Diocese of Beaumont. And I love Beaumont because Beaumont is a community of believers. I couldn't be more impressed with the way that we work together in our area.
I'm Brian Babin, Congressman for the 36th District of Texas. This city has got it all. The city has utilized its residents' diverse culture very, very well, and I think this promotes the prosperity and unity that we see and really all the possibilities and potential that it has in the future.
My name is Pastor John Adolph. I'm the senior pastor of Antioch Missionary Baptist Church in Beaumont, Texas. I love the fact that Beaumont is a nice family-based city. It has the feel of Mayberry. It has a feel that says, hold on, we all belong here. This is our city.
My name's Jaime Taylor, and I'm president of Lamar University. One thing I really love about Beaumont is the people. What you're going to find if anybody comes to Beaumont is everybody is passionate about Southeast Texas.
The name's Dave Phelan. I am a member of the Texas House of Representatives. It's a great place to raise a family. It's an easy city to bring your kids to school. It's a great city for activities on the weekends. As a dad of 4 young boys, I couldn't think of a better place for them to also be raised like I was.
Hey, I'm Mike Mustian. I'm the complex manager over the refinery and the chemical plant for ExxonMobil here in Beaumont. Beaumont is all about people. It is a local community with a family feel that really embraces folks, engages folks, and makes it a fun place to work and live.
Hi, I'm State Representative Christian Manuel. I represent Texas House District 22, and I love Beaumont, Texas. Beaumont is a place that, you know, they don't quit. And I love being around people who they always have hope, they always have faith, and they're never gonna stop.
Hi, I'm Justin Doss, CEO of Baptist Hospitals in Southeast Texas. I love getting world-class care in a community setting. I love the fact that the leaders in Beaumont, Texas live here, they work here, they play here.
Hi, I'm Sid Valentine, president of Lamar Institute of Technology. What I love about Beaumont's the people. From the day that I got here, to say the people have welcomed me here with open arms would be the understatement of the decade. They like to let you know that you're welcome here. And having been in other communities, I think that's very unique to Beaumont. Beaumont opens its arms and says, yeah, you're not from here, but guess what you're gonna be? Come on and come be from Beaumont with us.
My name's Jeff Brannick. I'm the Constitutional County Judge for Jefferson County, Texas. Southeast Texas is one of the finest places to live in the United States.
Hi, my name is Paul Trevino, and I'm the president and CEO of Christus Health, Southeast Texas. I think our culture is one of welcoming. It's one of really, you can get involved, you can make a difference as much as you want to. I've raised my family here, so Beaumont is near and dear to my family's heart.
Hi, I'm Bill Darling, and I'm the president of the Board of Commissioners for the Port of Beaumont. We're really the perfect size community. We're big enough to where we have a lot to offer, yet we're small enough where you can really get to know people and you can really get involved in our community.
Hi folks, Congressman Randy Weber here, Southeast Texas. I would argue is the envy of the state of Texas and much, much more of the country for that matter.
Hello, I'm Dr. Shannon Allen, and I am the proud superintendent of Beaumont ISD. Beaumont is a very resilient community. And I like to say we are a bounce back group of individuals who really work together to try to advance our entire city. And I really love that. I think that we are moving away from silos and working more together as a collective unit to bring our entire community forward. And I love that about Beaumont.
Beaumont is booming.
Beaumont is booming.
Beaumont is booming.
Ah, 555 Main. That's prime real estate. Yes, it is, and it has a great view of the river.
Chris, did you know that this was possibly the original site where Noah Tevis settled Beaumont?
I didn't know that, but I'm pretty sure you was on the city council when that happened.
You're exactly right. But back then, everything west of Pearl Street and south of College, that was all residential homes.
Yeah, people like being close to the action. There were 30 hotels within a 12-block radius. People were renting everything from stairs to chairs.
Man, just imagine an amphitheater or a town square.
Man, that would be cool.
There are opportunities all over town, and our city government isn't the only entity working to shape Beaumont's future. Listen to these other stakeholders' investment, which is surpassing over $10 billion. Yeah, that's right, $10 billion, and they can't wait to tell their story.
I have good news to share about funding. These projects will result in jobs and economic benefits to our community. $100 million will go to the Army Corps of Engineers to deepen the Sabine-Neches Waterway. The Sabine-Neches Waterway is the USA's leading energy exporter and the #1 exporter of liquefied natural gas, or what we call LNG.
Hey, Bill, have you seen this new birth announcement?
No, who added to the family?
The Port of Beaumont.
Welcome to the family, Orange County Dock 2, 8 million pounds, 3 ounces, 941 feet long. Wow, that's a big one.
I know, a lot of work went into that berth.
But Chris, what does it do?
It ships a lot. And there are 2 new berths on the way, due May and June next year.
Really? But how are they not 9 months apart?
I don't know. I just work here.
Most people are aware of the fact that we are experiencing industrial infrastructure boom and job creation, the likes of which that we've not seen for 120 years. So we're seeing not only expansions in our traditional fossil fuel base, but also expansions in a number of energy-related areas.
One of the things we're going to be doing is starting a computer engineering program, and that's going to be specifically to help generate individuals that could work in the chip manufacturing area to hopefully maybe attract a chip manufacturer to Southeast Texas.
In the last few months, we brought online our Blade asset, which is the largest refinery expansion in the United States in the last decade. Something we're very, very proud of, went extremely well. We are literally fueling the community and large parts of our world. Now, that puts us in a great position to attract additional investment into the future, so that's something to be excited about as well.
We have amazing ports, we have amazing refinery, hospital jobs, and I think what makes it so great is that we have a community that tries to keep that together.
This year, the United Way has supported Beaumont ISD with every single elementary school being provided with a book vending machine. This is an awesome project because reading is one of our #1 goals in the district. So students will earn a token or a coin for, great behavior, attendance, just working hard, effort, and they'll be able to purchase more books so we can add to their personal libraries.
We just completed a 42-acre youth camp called Christ Central. It's open to the community. Would love other church organizations or school organizations to go out there and rent it for their young people. It's a very exciting gift to our community here in Beaumont.
Well, obviously the latest project we have going on is our nursing facility and workforce building that's being put up in the front of the campus. That's going to be a keystone building, so to speak. You'll really be able to highlight where we are. We're going to be able to have that open in the bottom to the community to do all kind of various workforce trainings. As with any of our buildings here, that nursing building, we want it to look like a standalone hospital. We want it to be very immersive, very deliberate in how we do the teaching, what the labs look like.
And we've added a new state-of-the-art cancer center here in Beaumont.
So we're continually looking for ways to deliver value to our community, to grow our economy, and to really improve the quality of life in any way that we can. Not only do we look in the four walls of our healthcare facilities, but we also look at the community overall.
We are in the process right now of building a fifth housing development. It is called The Garden. It will have 30 brand new homes in it. So we have so much that we do for people at our church, from credit repair to helping be a partner with Beaumont Independent School District, where we have adopted institutions and academic schools around us so that we can partner with the success of our children and the success of our district. So we're a hard-working church family that just believes that to whom much is given, much is required.
We invested another $650 million into the flood infrastructure fund. And as we know, through Harvey and Imelda, we need to do more for flood mitigation. These are the quality of life issues. Some great healthcare wins that came out of the 88th session, dealing with a new behavioral health hospital, and some rural funding for hospitals across Southeast Texas that would benefit Baptist and St. Elizabeth right here in Beaumont as well.
We have $100 million of new projects that have already been approved, including a cancer center for $30 million. We're expanding our behavioral health services by over $70 million. That's a great service to be able to bring to this community, and we're proud to do it. We have our new internal medicine residency program with a 100% board pass rate. 40 new physicians in that program that we want to stay here in Beaumont, Texas. We're going to need everybody's help to convince them that this is the best place for them to be.
Beaumont is booming.
Beaumont is booming.
Beaumont is booming.
Riverfront Park.
You want to buy it?
I can't wait for that to be our central gathering place once again.
Hey, I agree. I used to love to come out here during the 4th of July with the thousands of people and watch the fireworks. And it's really all due to the citizens back in the 70s who passed a bond issue that allowed us to build Riverfront Park and the Civic Center, the library, a new police station. They even built a covered pavilion over at the old fairgrounds on Gulf Street.
Did you know the city of Beaumont was once named the most potential in the United States by Money magazine?
I don't doubt it.
Man, let's turn that into reality.
Absolutely.
Now, we'll turn our focus to downtown. Downtowns are economic centers of gravity for a community and drive commercial, cultural, and civic activities, and will play a critical role in attracting outside visitors and locals. Hear how a thriving downtown can be a starting point for Beaumont's revival.
I remember growing up with Riverfront Park and the activities that were provided and available there. So I think developing that area again would certainly create a morale booster for our families in our community. It would also attract more families to Beaumont, and the potential for growth for our community would be phenomenal. So more families coming into our community, moving into our community, would create opportunities for, a larger school district with more resources and more opportunities for kids. So I'm excited about the potential.
The more people that know how beautiful Beaumont is means more taxpayer dollars that are coming in, not just from our citizens, but from outside of it. Also now, as of September the 1st, for the next 10 years, all of the hotel occupancy tax for Beaumont is going to be coming back to Beaumont. So downtown development, I think, is so undervalued because we're such a beautiful city that's on the coast. We have so much to offer.
And quality of life is a lot of things rolled up into one. It's healthcare, it's education, it's being able to have a good job and support your family, a great environment, and also having great things to do in your off time.
So 1,100 people move to the state of Texas every single day. And to get many of them to come to Beaumont, we need what we're providing now. We need flood mitigation funds. We need quality higher education, which is all now supplied and made available to folks here in Southeast Texas. And so we're building the foundation for a new Beaumont, for a new Southeast Texas. Couldn't be more proud to be part of it.
We have an abundance of well-paying jobs. We have educational institutions that are second to none.
So downtown development would be a huge bonus for Lamar University. And our students are looking for things to do on the weekends, and having that type of, they call it that town-gown relationship where our students feel like they're part of Beaumont, it would just be huge for Lamar University.
One of the things that's really important for us as a hospital is to be able to attract world-class talent. And so it's important for those experiences to be as good as they can possibly be so they get the best impression of Beaumont possible. It's just something that we need to invest in order to be able to grow as a city, as a community, and especially us as a hospital.
From my vantage point, when Beaumont succeeds, ExxonMobil succeeds. I think it's extremely important that we continue to invest in downtown, to have attractive venues, to have celebration venues, eating venues, and create those opportunities so we can both attract and retain where new talent, young talent wants to be and has the ability to thrive.
Well, here we are in St. Anthony Cathedral Basilica in historic downtown Beaumont. This gem, when people visit our cathedral, they say, I've never seen anything like this. A revitalized downtown would add so much to our community.
Well, to use a marine analogy, a rising tide lifts all ships.
And anything that can make a thriving downtown area brings more and more population, more and more families, which would bring us more and more students. The more students we have, the more gold collar technicians we can put out, and the more the community would continue to grow.
We've got things happening in Southeast Texas. That means we're going to continue to be the hub of energy, innovation, renovation, independence, and the powerhouse that powers not just this country, but a lot of the rest of the world.
Beaumont is booming.
Beaumont is booming.
Beaumont is booming. Better than anyone.
You're exactly right, man. People loved to be entertained back then. And there was a lot of places to do it at. You could come downtown and have your pick of 4 theaters and see what band was playing at Keith Park.
Are you talking about where the Julia Rogers is now?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Wow, I landed on the Civic Center.
You want to buy it?
Let's put a hotel there.
Man, I'd put a hotel and a convention center there. Can you imagine the possibilities on the water?
I remember back in our heyday when we had Hotel Beaumont. You never know what celebrity you might see in the hallway. Maybe Elvis Presley. Beyonce has a nice ring to Beaumont. Hey.
We are better together and working together to bring you a massive opportunity that will transform Beaumont as we know it today. This is a great opportunity for our community, and it's a great opportunity for you to make a difference. Listen as several key stakeholders share their thoughts and insights on this critical development. I hope you will consider supporting these exciting efforts and opportunities.
I'm old enough to remember when Beaumont had a very thriving downtown. And I love the historic architecture of Beaumont's downtown buildings. They are a visual evidence of what was once and what could be again. And I'd love to see downtown Beaumont return to a location that all Beaumont residents can come and enjoy, and a destination for visitors to come and sightsee. A lot of potential there.
A vibrant downtown is important for a community. It's a central area, it's a destination for people. It shows a commitment to their community.
Probably the jewel of Southeast Texas is the Neches River. It's a hidden gem that has yet to be developed to its fullest capacity. And so I see the river as being an opportunity for creating nightlife, retail, restaurant, and other businesses that utilize the river, that utilize the opportunity for people to be outside and to enjoy the views.
I think it's also to revitalize our downtown, to keep our young people and to give them a place and an experience, something as exciting as water features linking the beautiful architecture.
The community is key to getting behind any plan for downtown. They're trying to put a hotel downtown. They're looking to place it somewhere in proximity, if not right beside the Civic Center. If you come into a hotel in any town or city, you want to be able to walk out front, walk somewhere to get lunch, walk somewhere to get dinner. If you happen to be doing something in the Civic Center, you want to be able to walk from your hotel directly to that Civic Center. So I think the proximity of where that is and the proximity of where it is to other downtown areas by design will help the community start to flourish very quickly just by something as a big hotel aligned with that Civic Center where it is right there in the river.
think a lot of people think it would just be a hotel. Well, who's gonna stay there? But bringing in a hotel, having the means to build that hotel, means that now we have the means to build other things that are within downtown that will revitalize that downtown. And I think that's what sometimes people forget. We have so many beautiful things that are already downtown that all we have to do for some things are just revitalize it a little bit. And that downtown development is something that is an attraction. So I'm excited about that because it gives us real opportunity for growth, real opportunity for beautification, but also real opportunity to let people know that we have never left. We've always been here.
If you go around towns the same size or comparable to Beaumont, you've seen them be very successful in their downtown redevelopment. They all had a very clear vision, and it took them several years to get there. I know we have the talent, and I know we have the desire to do so here in Beaumont. It's just going to take the right initiative and the right resources.
I think our future is very bright. I think our city leadership, our industry leadership, our major stakeholders all realize that we have to come together and work as a team to deliver the very best Beaumont we can for those citizens and families that live here.
I believe that if downtown thrives, this city lives in a way that it hasn't lived before. I was recently privileged to be able to be at the groundbreaking for Riverfront Park's restoration. I am so excited. We're watching it become rebuilt, reconstructed, and restored. We have so much growing to do. And growth for me happens when we begin to put emphasis on our children, our district, and downtown. Our children will love it. Our city will be blessed because of it. Our churches will have people that will move to the city that will ultimately become a part of our faith community. It's a win for everyone.
Beaumont is booming.
Beaumont is booming.
Beaumont is booming. Beaumont was once known as Boomtown, and Beaumont is going to boom again.
Oh man, Crockett Street. Man, you remember when Crockett Street was hopping?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. We were cutting the rug at Dixie Dance Hall.
Even before that, it was the Dixie Hotel.
Dude, I'm not that old.
Beaumonters of the past had it down. One-stop shopping. You could come downtown, you could buy clothes, food, get your horseshoe, whatever you needed to do, go to the dentist, all downtown Beaumont.
Yeah, there were 4 barbershops right here on Crockett.
Hey, some people need all the help they can get.
Like Randy. Okay, Mayor, you're up.
Oh, look at this. We got Chance. And folks, boy, do we want you to take a chance on us. We are getting a lot of things done. We're so excited. We've got so many great ideas. And if you believe in them, we're going to all win together.
Thank you for that wonderful video, and thank you to the city employees who worked on it. Before I introduce our guest speakers, I'd like to just acknowledge Councilman A.J. Turner, who I saw come in a little while ago. And at this time, it's my great pleasure to introduce our mayor, Roy West, and our city manager, Kenneth R. Williams.
How about that Westbrook band? They could sure help with an entrance. Well, first of all, I've just got to begin by thanking all of you. When I look around this room, and I can't see all your faces really good at this point because of the lights, but I am so excited because so many friends, so many families, but all leaders here for this community. And this is a great time for our city because we have such opportunity. And how about these stakeholders? How about our council? Did anybody know how much talent they had? Be able to do this video? Well, how many believe in believing? How many believe in hope? Well, we are here because we do believe. And I want to remind everybody, too, that we're videoing this, so everybody's going to get to see this. And if you're watching on Facebook, do your little emojis. We want them all. That's right. And right before I make this introduction, we're going to take a quick selfie here, so y'all smile. All right. Well, I'm going to ask y'all to hold your applause till he walks up here, but give a big round of applause for Mr. Kenneth R. Williams when he walks up here, a man that I am grateful to work with and consider a friend in the 212 days of fast pace that I have gotten to know him. It's been a real privilege. He's going to be sharing with us all the exciting updates that we've been working on this past year, the council that we just approved, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to be talking about what our future can look like. Mr. Kenneth R. Williams, City Manager of Beaumont.
I don't know where the R comes from so much, but it sure comes there. Did you enjoy the video? That was an awesome video. I know we had some talent on council. I knew that Taylor and Mike and Artwin had it in them, but it's no doubt that I knew AJ had it in him. So he didn't take much coaxing to get him to moving along. I'd like to thank our staff, our communications department, for the work that they did in producing that. Let's give them a hand, please. Also, I'd like to acknowledge our city council. Would you please stand, please? I see at least 6 or 7 here. I think one's missing, Chris. Thank you. And likewise, what we're going to talk about today, we couldn't have done, or we can't do any of it without our staff. So any city staff members or employees, please stand if you're here. Thank you. Likewise, I would like to thank the Chamber, Steve and John, for what you've done and putting this on. We appreciate it for sure. And at least I get pulled off the stage because I'm supposed to stick to the script. I'll get started. First, I'd like to thank the mayor. Thank you, Mayor, for that introduction, and I will come back and introduce the mayor. If you look at the screens, there'll be some slides to follow as I talk, so you'll be able to get some pictures. There were many public safety improvements across the city, which is a top priority of council and mine, that we all live in a safe place. I don't want to just make Beaumont the safest city in Texas, but we're working on making Beaumont the safest city in the world. Our police department completed the largest violent crime initiative in the history of Beaumont. That 6-month operation yielded nearly 900 high-risk traffic stops, over 260 arrests, and over 80 firearms seized. And they are not stopping there. They'll be carrying on with those activities throughout the year. We also successfully negotiated a new contract with our police union that includes better benefits, better pay, better equipment, and more training to help recruit and retain officers. We installed new Axon body cameras, an in-vehicle video system, and install our upgraded cameras at Rogers Park, Miller Library, John Paul Davis Community Center, Central Park, Alice Keith Park, and the Elmo Willett Library. The Fusus Real-Time Crime Center is currently in design on the 3rd floor of the Municipal Court building. The project will provide the police department the ability to view the live footage of an event to assist officers in the field. It is one of our most innovative and ambitious public safety projects to date. We've also invested heavily in new tasers, improved license plate readers, and recruitment efforts. On the fire and EMS side, we heard the concerns, and we are working to get more ambulances on the streets, also more staffing and decreased turnaround times. We added new recruitment incentives for our EMTs and paramedics and added new units, including a new basic life support unit, which is the first step in being able to offer tiered medical services to our community. IT also implemented a new records management software that integrates with the EMS patient care. We'll be introducing new certification programs for our firefighters and EMTs who are looking to get dual certification and a Citizen Fire Academy for the community to learn more about the department. We're creating new positions and are investing heavily in new equipment and technology, including the Good Sam app, which is an exciting initiative to be able to allow dispatchers to provide telehealth services to citizens and better allocate resources between emergencies and non-emergencies. Infrastructure is another top priority for both staff and council. This year, we made good headway on the Collier's Ferry pump station project to increase resiliency and the raw water transmission line. We also held the groundbreaking for the Riverfront Park project, which you'll hear more about later. In the 2024 budget, we'll address projects such as improvements to the Loeb groundwater plant and the Pine Street Water Treatment Plant chlorine dioxide pretreatment project. This will help to decrease discolored water issues while continuing with our stormwater pipe inspection and repairs. We continue to invest heavily in street rehab, sidewalks, and road repairs, as you can see, with millions of dollars allocated across the city. 4th Street is one of the major projects underway right now, and you can always check which others are being worked on or completed on our website. The drought brought a different set of challenges this year, but outside of the disaster event, water and sewer had a very successful year, with thousands of sewer lines flushed, replaced, and repaired. We completed lift station repairs, rehabbed the drying beds, and made a number of other improvements to continue making the water and sewer system more efficient. Early in 2024, we'll be replacing rehab water lines along Gladys Avenue, Jackson Street, LaBella Park, and Orange Avenue, along with the prison ground storage tank. On the sewer side, we continue to invest heavily in projects to investigate and replace lead and copper lines, improve and rehab lift stations, and we'll start replacing and relocating the electrical components damaged by a fire at the wastewater treatment plant. As you heard earlier, quality of life is important, and this is the third major focus in the budget and community investment plan. In order to put a renewed focus on beautification, Parks and Recreation was split into 2 departments, Parks and Green Space. It's over maintenance of the parks, landscaping, and grounds, litter, mowing, and public equipment and right-of-ways, while Recreation is over recreational programming. In 2023, Council allocated $1.4 million for parks improvements across the city, which included 10 projects from new playgrounds, which started with the Charlton Pollard and Babes Harris Park for facilities improvement. Other improvements are new scoreboards and a new picnic pavilion at Sprout Park. Currently on the way are new playgrounds at Central and Cumbest Park, new pickleball courts, BA for pickleball courts, and a dog park at Rogers Park. Parks has also started the process of replacing dead trees, adding trash receptacles, replacing benches, and planting edible fruit trees at parks around the city. A parks master plan will be conducted this year to direct efforts going forward. Recreation has youth basketball, flag football, leagues in the works, and is working on a golf course drainage study for Terrell Park. You can always check the dashboard on our website to get updates on these projects. As you can see, we've been really busy this year, working hard for you. We put a major focus on technology this year Hopefully by now you've had a chance to see the new city website, which was an 8-month project to make information more accessible. The homepage features a resident help center for citizens to provide feedback, ask questions, and provide suggestions, along with the ability to subscribe to notifications by text or email. A number of departments also enhanced their digital offerings this year. Purchasing took their bids digital, while the billing switched payment providers. The Community Development Block Grant Division has new online grant management software. The water plants now use CityWorks to track order statuses, and the city clerk went live with electronic agenda software and open records request. Technology is an area we're continuing to working to improve. Finance is working to become a one-stop shop for online payments. Water customer service will be launching a new citizen portal. And we're starting a safe street sweeping application. We're also working at physically improving our city facilities to make meetings more accessible through better audio visuals. And customer service. Through it all, we look to be better stewards of the city. All of our employees underwent customer service training, and we have new communication avenues to be more transparent with engagement opportunities that increase citizen participation, from surveys to our new podcast, The Beaumont Beat. We also remain community focused. The events department is working to streamline the permitting process while municipal transit buses serve as warming stations during the freeze, and has new buses for veterans where they can ride free. CDBG awarded funding for projects to combat homelessness, and the city earned a film-friendly designation from the governor of Texas. As you can see, departments are busy. A few departments, like the Convention and Visitors Bureau and the Beaumont Events, had record years. The Finance Department received a Certificate of Excellence for the 36th straight year, and Transit received major grant funding to improve operations. Additional department updates: HR is implementing recommendations from a salary survey. The library and animal care continue to provide exceptional city services, including new digital library cards, and the city adopted new building codes. Through it all, the city's growing. We've had a number of major economic development wins that are promising signs of times to come and a true momentum shift. Permitting is at its highest pace in 10 years. We've had a 10% increase in commercial businesses coming and opening, and lots of residential development. And just this week, City Council approved a new tax increment reinvestment zone. And all this while being physically conservative with the city's finances. We have achieved tremendously in this past year. You can see we have big plans and no shortage of them. We recently approved a 15-year strategic plan, community investment plan, and are working on an economic development plan in conjunction with the Beaumont Chamber of Commerce. Today, you'll be the very first to hear the unveiling of our downtown plan. And with that, I'll introduce the mayor. So the mayor, who's coming to talk to you, first I'd just like to say it's been a pleasure working with Mayor White. He brings an energy to the position that's unmatched. I don't know where all that energy comes from, but it comes from somewhere. But he truly has the best interests of the city at heart. He wants to do great things. And we're here to work together as a team to make sure we achieve the goals that are identified by City Council. So I'd like to introduce to you, or bring back to you, Mayor Roy West. Let's give him a hand.
Well, thank you, Kenneth, Mr. City Manager, and he is a pleasure to work with, and I hope I'm not too loud right up here. But I can't begin to tell you how proud I am to be mayor of this great city. I wasn't expecting applause, but I love that. And also the privilege of getting to be the mayor over the 13+ 100 employees that are here in this city. And you know, we've got our PD back there keeping us safe. and certainly some of the fire department and police vehicles back here as well. But we have so many great departments that show up behind the scenes so often. We certainly know how our water and sewer department had worked so hard through the drought and streets. So many different departments, from facilities to events, and I don't want to leave any of them out, but I certainly got to give an extra large shout out to our communication department through, get to let them take their gloves off and do what they did. Man, they did an awesome job on these videos. So that's been a lot of fun. And it's a real pleasure to get to serve with our city council. As you can see, we have lots of fun together at times, but we also remember the important work, the opportunities that this point of time has for us. And I assure you, we don't take any of it for granted. And this is a great time in the city. Mr. Steve Elanius right down there, John Morrell, the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, we thank them for partnering, and certainly all the stakeholders for being about this, because this wouldn't happen without so many people, and it's really humbling get to see it all come together. Some of it I see come together for the first time, so there you go. I would certainly think that most people in here believe that this is a very pivotal time in our city. As we look around, we're living in a time where Beaumont is right in the best possible place. I mean, we're in a state, as our Speaker of the House reminded us, over 1,100 people a day moved to Texas. In 2022, we had over 470,000 people moved to Texas. From 2020 to 2022, we had over 9 million people move to Texas. But we all know that Beaumont hadn't been seeing that growth. But when we look around Beaumont, we know we have the partners. We have the leadership. It's in this room. It's going to start here and out there. Y'all are watching out there too, I know. But it is so important that we buy in, that we believe in what Beaumont can be. Not in what it can't be, but what it can be. And it's going to take us all. So when you look at our city staff, 13+100, they do an incredible job. Our city manager, our city council. But we're not going to be able to do this without y'all. This involves the city of Beaumont, all the residents, and y'all need to be a part of it. And that is why we're having this here today. We all know there's so much right in our city. I mean, we have things here other cities, well, they try to pay money for, and they can't even pay enough. I mean, we've got it right here. I mean, we've got our river. We've got beaches and lakes and a national forest right close by. We've got our port. They did an awesome job, didn't you? What about those bursts? That was pretty funny. Interstate 10, again, something you can't pay for at this point. It's here. Lamar University and LIT. Beaumont Independent School District. We've got some incredible hospitals. And we have tremendous industry, jobs, and opportunities right here, and many of which are represented by y'all that are here today. And again, I give thanks to each and every one of you for being here. So hundreds of thousands of new residents are coming to Texas every year. How can we begin to help these new arrivals see Beaumont as a place they want to live in? We want to work with the school district to make it a place where teachers want to teach and kids want to learn. We want to work with our major industry to help us be better and to use their talent to help us, not just today to be successful, but in the decades to come. Certainly embrace Lamar University and LIT so we can partner and plan to grow and help them succeed and help us succeed. And then let's keep those graduates here in Beaumont. And certainly something really important as well, as I sit here getting older, as time goes on right in front of you, we've got to help our hospitals. We have tremendous assets here, but we want to attract more doctors to come here. We want the most robust healthcare system we can have, and we've already got a great one, but we've got to keep attracting to bring them here. Clearly, crime and homelessness are issues that we're working hard on here in this city. After the first of the year, you'll see the City Council will be publicly discussing ways to impact the homeless problem we have in Beaumont. We look forward to working with many of the local organizations that are so heavily engaged currently in finding solutions for homelessness. The challenges are real, but the opportunities are real. Remember about I believe in believing. I believe in hope. It starts here, folks. The people of our city, we need to show up in a bigger and better way for our youth. Through mentoring programs in the schools, through sports leagues. To help reach and engage our youth, too many of these youths are underserved, undersupervised, and they need direction. And more importantly, they need hope for their future. We can do that. We are a loving and kind city. Dr. Shannon Allen and I, the superintendent of BISD schools, have had the privilege of visiting many local churches this fall, talking about the need for praying for our kids in the community, praying for our schools, but also the need for mentorship, need for volunteers in the schools, and the opportunity that we have as a community to show up for our youth. And I look forward in this coming new year for us to continue to visit across the churches and remind people. We can certainly assist too with all the sports leagues. We need them all over town. We need these kids to be able to be engaged, because currently when they don't have things to do, they can get into mischief. And it happened when I was kids, and it can certainly happen today. But without direction, and sports is a great way to do that. And I really hope that we can build on our youth sports leagues and that our community supports that. Because oftentimes the young people that need to participate, they don't have the funds to participate. So it's important for us to show up for them. And those are low-cost items. We all know that quality of life is really important for our residents. It's a big factor in being able to attract new people. Now's the time for us to think about completely reimagining downtown. You've gotten to get a sample of it already. This is an ambitious project. We get that. But I am just so excited that we have a council that is fired up about it, a city that is fired up about it, and a community that is willing to be here during this holiday season at a luncheon to hear more about it. And I know that I believe, because I believe in believing, that y'all are going to be fired up about this, because we need you to be. Because without you, we're not going to be able to do this. I want to begin by diving in to the Riverwalk project. And I've got to thank the downtown committee that has been instrumental in looking at that. And I'm going to call their names out. And they can certainly are welcome to stand up. You might not be able to see them, but you might be able to if they're close by. Tom Flanagan, Sue Bard, Jim Broussard, Min Day, Mike Albanese, James Payne, Nikisha Burns, Rob Clark, and Lee Wheeler. And our staff liaisons have been Kenneth R. Williams, Chris Boone, Dean Conwell, Molly Villarreal, and Tom Bell. This wasn't just a vision of a committee and a city staff and your elected officials. We've contracted with world-class consulting firms, SWA, who helped play a major role in the Houston boom, and Garfield Public-Private, who has for decades helped cities in public-private partnership projects across Texas and across the nation. They've been collaborating for months, and we're excited to unveil the vision to you. And without further ado, the Beaumont of the future.
Located along the Neches River, downtown Beaumont is home to both astonishing biodiversity and a Texas-sized historical significance. At the heart of the Golden Triangle, Beaumont is in the midst of billions of dollars of new energy investment. The Beaumont Downtown Plan capitalizes on the lure of existing attractions and an outstanding quality of life. The plan fosters economic development to reposition Beaumont as the region's premier destination for residents and visitors alike. A continuous, attraction-rich waterway promenade connects the Lake District to Beaumont's waterfront. A series of green spaces punctuate the waterway with shaded oasis for dining, boating, and other leisure activities. Existing buildings along the waterway are repurposed to preserve the city's rich architectural heritage. Placemaking underpins and catalyzes investment for the economic development of downtown Beaumont. Public art expresses Beaumont's history and leadership in the humanities. Native planting recalls the wonder and beauty of Beaumont's natural environment. The waterway features a quarter-mile-long canal traveling 4 blocks from Neches Street to Main Street. The canal varies in width from 20 to 40 feet, creating multi-level activity spaces. The canal will feature 3,500 feet of new promenade, more than half a mile of shaded, walkable delight. Renovated historic structures will be repurposed along with new building into an exciting mixed-use development. The same spirit of innovation which built Beaumont guides the downtown plan, harnessing historical legacy with contemporary ideas to foster a thriving city.
Well, that's why we provided the napkins too, because you might be dabbing your eye here, because the first time I saw this, I got teary-eyed just thinking about what this could mean for attracting people to our city, but also not just for us, but certainly for our kids and grandkids to be able to attract them and keep them here. But as you can see, the downtown isn't just one big project. It's a combination of projects that all play a plan in a bigger part. Getting the pieces together is a part of the challenge and the opportunity. How we connect the Riverfront Park to a downtown conference hotel and Riverwalk project that can make residents and visitors want to stay and play. Each project is independent of each other, but plays a much larger part in our entire vision. Water is our past and it is our future. We were a city founded on the river, and the river is a huge part of our vision for the future of downtown development. When taking inspiration from other great waterfront cities, the common denominator was the Riverwalk. By comparison, the original brick town in Oklahoma City was almost exactly the same size as what we're proposing here in Beaumont before they have since expanded that district. And if you can create a booming downtown riverfront without a river in Oklahoma, really, folks? Come on. That's not even a joke, but you can laugh. Certainly, we can take our biggest and best asset, and make it a focal point once again. Our vision is to connect the river to the downtown event districts in phases through a vibrant walkway that connects the downtown district to the Lake District by the event center. We want to be a place where people come to live, stay, and play. A place where residents and visitors come for business or leisure, stay overnight, just steps from their meeting or their event, have ample choice in their entertainment, restaurants, and shopping. And above all else, get a sense of Beaumont's unique character and charm with our historic architecture and our world-class murals. We can be a destination location. We need to take a chance. You'll see we've broken down development by phases and sections to make sure each section fits seamlessly together before tackling the next. You can see these renderings and more on BeaumontVision2035.com. You can write that down. It's a new website that went live today, BeaumontVision2035.com, which is where we'll be updating all the information on all these projects. Now the Riverfront Park revitalization, that's a tongue twister for me, is already well underway with an estimated completion date of September 2024. And I know that we'll all be excited about having Riverfront Park back. A bid for demolition of the 555 Main Street building was just recently approved again. The next steps are working with Entergy to remove the transformers that are underneath the front steps right there at the front of the building. In addition to a hotel and parking, we're considering other amenities like an amphitheater, a food truck park, a water park. But we want your input on what you want to see downtown. The hotel feasibility study is also underway for an estimate upwards of a 200-room full-service property next to the Civic Center. Currently, there are 4 different potential design schemes. The next step in the process is a public meeting to get the community input, which I believe is scheduled for Tuesday, February 13th. You're hearing that for the first time, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Event Center. Does this look like a place that you want to live, and would be proud to call home? Thank you for listening and actively sharing in our vision. This isn't a pipe dream. This is doable. But we cannot do it alone, folks. We need your help. We need you to believe in us. Believe in what our city will be. It's time to stop with negativity. We must learn from our past, but the future is ours. This is your chance to help design a dream city. Scan the QR code, you see it up there, and also on the table, these cool books, okay? If you take that front page off, there's a scan code on the back of that too. So if you don't get the scan done there, you can do it from the top page, and there's so many cool things that CVB did in here, so thank them as well. This is a chance to make sure our future is secured for our kids, our grandkids, great-grandkids for that matter, for those that aren't here yet, and for those that don't even know they want to be here yet. We'll be sharing updates as the project progresses. We're going to be keeping you informed through our website, through social media, and also through meetings. We're excited to get your buy-in, and we're so excited, we're going to give an opportunity for those, because look, we're getting done a little bit earlier. If you go out that door, over there like you're going to the restroom, out in the lobby there's going to be ways where you can do video testimonies, you can sign up on what you're excited about, where you want to help, and also you can give ideas. I'm going to be over there greeting you. I invite council and certainly our city administration to be out there as well. I know some of you may have to get back to work, but for those that can hang around a little bit and just relish this moment that we're having right now and what it can mean for the city. I believe in the future of Beaumont, because the future is bright. Thank you all, and Craig's going to be coming back here, and I want to wish you all a very happy holiday as well.
If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, you're missing one of the best shows of the last several years. Okay, that's not our purpose today. Thank you very much, Mayor West and City Manager Williams, for your sharing this message with us, for your wonderful work for our community. Thank you to the city employees and for all the wonderful work on the videos. Thank you very much to our sponsors, to our chamber board members and elected officials who are here. Thank you for being with us and for your support of the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce and of our city. We hope you have a wonderful holiday, and we have one more short video for you before we conclude. We'll see you soon.
The Beaumont of the future is a city where you have everything you need without the hassles of the big city. It's a city where you have the synergies of big and small businesses coming together to help each and every person grow.
I love being a part of a city that is progressive and thinking outside of the box with expansions and opportunities to make the quality of life a wonderful one for the citizens in the community. Our mayor's vision is to make certain that we make a better Beaumont. Well, this is our way to do it by supporting the vision that's being laid out for expansion in these areas.
I look very forward to working with the local leaders, as I said, Mayor West and all the organizations, to introduce and support policies that will strengthen Beaumont, protect its residents, and enable it to thrive.
The sky's the limit for Beaumont to really be a gift not only to our local community, but beyond.
Things are looking up, folks. Beaumont is a great place to be, and I'm excited about the future and so proud to represent y'all.
I think we're really about to hit another boom within the industry of kind of how investments are made and what we focus on as the world continues to shift to a low carbon energy transition.
And I am so excited to see what happens, and I'm so excited that we're right now able to leave a real mark that is going to leave something for future generations to be able to look back on and see where we started where we were at one point and where we're going to continue to expand.
We're thrilled at Christus to be part of that, and we can assure this community that we're going to do everything in our power through our health system to be part of the conversation, and more importantly, to deliver that value.
The Beaumont of the future continues to thrive downtown, gets bigger and bigger. All of these plants and facilities that we continue to grow will continue to have Tier 1 companies surrounding them to where they can do everything they need and have all their suppliers encapsulated in Beaumont.
We have this hub of education and workforce development that we need to leverage so that we can continue to grow.
There's more development just in the county, Jefferson County alone, than most of the states in the United States. And the numbers are staggering. I really think as that development starts happening, we're going to start seeing Beaumont really take off and people recognize what we have right here in Beaumont, Texas.
I believe that its brighter, better days are yet to come. With the emphasis on rebuilding our school district, rebuilding downtown Beaumont, pushing organizations and entities to come together in a harmonious, synergistic fashion cannot help but make Beaumont be the best Beaumont it's ever been. My hope for Beaumont is that it will outgrow its history, live in its destiny, and prosper uncontrollably. That is my prayer.